What's going on, guys? It's another very cold January day. Although the swamps of sadness have dried up a little bit, there's only a little bit of patches left. I was able to walk much further than I was before. So anyways, this is another Real Talk video, and this is by a request of a subscriber of mine, Paul. Thank you very much for your question, man. Really appreciate it, and I'm going to make a video out of it. He asked specifically for me to make a video on the topic of following your dreams. And I was kind of struggling with a jumping off point for this video because, to be completely honest with you guys, like, I haven't really reached that level where I feel like I can talk about it. Like, I haven't, like, I'm still just like struggling and climbing the mountain myself, you know. And whenever you get to a peak of a mountain, there's like another giant mountain there, and it's like, you know, I'm not coming at this from a place of authority. So I'm just a regular dude just trying to do the same thing as you guys are, but maybe just through the discussion, through the video, and through the comments, you know, we can all kind of talk about the same thing. But there is a few things that I wanted to mention about following your dreams in life and what that can possibly entail. And I think I wanted to start by saying, you know, when you graduate either high school or college or whatever it is, I think a lot of times we don't realize just how isolated we can possibly be with our decisions of what to do next. I mean, when you're in school, everybody has the same exact schedule, the same exact experience as you, right? Everyone's going to the same classes, everyone has the same homework, everyone has the same schedule. People are telling you to go here, to go there, you know, when and where, and your whole life is structured in some way. But when you become an adult and you're off on your own, you're not structured anymore, and people go in so many different directions. You know, some people move across the country, and some people fall into drugs, and some people just get locked down in one situation. Some people fall into relationships that they don't even want to be in, and just like life becomes a mess because there's that lack of structure. And I think when it comes to following your dreams specifically, is that it's a very isolated journey. Now, you might have support, you might have friends and a partner, family, whatever it is supporting you along the way, but at the end of the day, it's not their dream, it's your dream. And it's up to you specifically to make the moves to do it, and nobody else is gonna make you do it. And I think that that's one of the things that limits people, is because they allow life to blow them in whatever direction life does. And to a degree you have to, because you have to survive, right? You have to pay your bills, you have to live to some capacity, right? And so life is always going to grab you by the balls, and not in the fun way, like in the way that's actually pretty painful, you know. Talk about ball tugging, but we'll talk about that in a different video. And it can drive you to a bunch of different places, and you can become so distracted and bogged down by the hours worked and the distractions that are here and there, and falling into this kind of chasm of just agreeing and complying and conforming and doing everything life wants you to do without thinking about what you want to do. And I think it's a lot of that conformity as well, because you're just kind of going along with the system, you're going along with the crowd, you're going along with what everyone else is doing. But do you want to be doing what everyone else is doing? You know, I look at most people's lives, and it's like, I don't want that. I mean, I still feel stuck, you know, to a large degree, but I'm crawling, I'm scratching, and I'm pulling, and I'm trying my best to like get out of it and create a better life for myself. And I think that, you know, a lot of people just kind of get locked down and don't feel like they can crawl out. But that's also because of my next point, is because when you are following your dreams and you're trying to achieve something and you're working hard on it every day, not only is it a very isolated journey, sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. Not only is it a very isolated journey, but, you know, okay, yeah, sorry, I got it back. But there's also no guarantee that it's going to work out. You know, if you follow like the system that's planned out for you, you do this, you go to school, you go to college, you get a degree, you try to get a job in that field, and you just do that, you know, and then you just work a job for 40 years, you give your life to some company, some corporation, and then you retire and you die. But at least there's like, you got steady income coming in, you know what you're doing the same things every day, it's a repetitive process, and it's safe, it's very safe. And if you're trying to do something beyond that, if you're trying to create or build or do something that's not that rigid structure, again, and that's, again, something that school prepares you for. It prepares you with structure so that when you're an adult, you, again, just follow the rules, follow the system, follow the timeline, do exactly what you're told, yada, yada, and it keeps you safe and docile and a good little boy. You're a good little boy or girl, yes. But if you try to escape that, here's the problem, is that you no longer have the safety net of it, is because you don't know what's going to happen when you try to follow your dreams. You can crash and burn, and you can fail, and you can wind up at square zero, and you can wind up going back and doing the same exact thing that you were doing before. And because there's no guarantee with it, there's a huge fear that's associated with it, because there's no safety net. If you just go off and try to create or build a business or a YouTube channel or whatever it is, it's like there's no guarantee that it's ever going to work out, and there's no guarantee that you're ever going to be good at it. There's no guarantee you're ever going to be successful at it. There's no guarantee you're ever going to be able to progress, and it's just going to be whatever it works out to be. And that's incredibly terrifying. But here's the thing that I would say is that as cheesy and corny as it may sound, you do only live once. And most people, it's been documented and recorded that when they're on their deathbeds or when they're close to the end, the thing that they talk about the most is the things that they wish they would have done or wish they would have tried to do. Everybody has these hopes, dreams, and desires within them, but I think we get too afraid to even attempt them because of the fear of failure. And, you know, if you live however many decades you live, and then on your deathbed, you're still thinking about that same dream you had when you were 25 years old, it's really, really sad, considering the fact that you spent all that time, and maybe you had a great time, maybe you made great memories, but there was this burning passion within you that you didn't allow to be ignited. You know, it's just like that little flame in the furnace that's just kind of flickering away, and it's always going to be in there. You know, it's going to haunt you the more that you don't do it, and the longer it goes without you trying to do it. And I think there's a great quote, it might be by Jim Carrey, actually, where he says, you know, you can spend your whole life doing things for somebody else, working for somebody else, you know, complying to other people, but you can also fail at what you don't want to do. You know, you can fail, like somebody I know or adjacently know just got fired from their job for no reason whatsoever, and they gave like 35 years to the company, and you know, and they can't even do anything in their last couple of weeks because they have to still play nice, they have to still comply, they have to still show up, because if they don't get the severance pay package from it, right? So you're still being a slave to that system that completely screwed you over, that didn't even care about all the time and effort that you gave to them. And now they're saying, well, now you can't say anything bad about us, even though we're doing this horrible thing to you, or else you don't get the nice reward at the end. So again, agreeing, complying, obeying, sticking your head down, walking single file in the line, it's all just school just wrapped up again. And you can fail at that, you know? So what's better? Is it better to fail at something you don't want to do, or is it better to fail at something you do want to do? You know, this might seem like a really silly example, but have you guys seen The Nightmare Before Christmas, right? You know, everyone knows that movie, everyone loves that movie. The message I always got from that movie is that Jack got super inspired by this new thing that he really fell in love with, and he wanted to do it, and he wanted to try it. And he put all his heart, soul, mind, effort into it. He did everything he possibly could, and what happened? He failed. He was shot out of the sky, right? He couldn't do it. But he's not upset about it. In that one kind of moment afterwards, he has that song where he's feeling depressed in the moment, and then he comes out of it and he's like, what did I do? I did my best. I did everything I could. I put my heart, soul, mind, effort, body, spirit into this thing, and I went goddamn fucking hard on it. I went so fucking hard. I don't think those are the lyrics of the song, but that's basically the sentiment behind it. Like, I went so fucking hard on this thing that I can't help but be proud of myself. I learned, I grew, I discovered, and you know, you put all of this effort into it. And what would happen if you never even tried it in the first place? Because that happens to a lot of people. I mean, as far as my hopes, goals, dreams, and aspirations go, I mean, YouTube was, it's funny because YouTube was never actually like a dream of mine. But I always enjoyed creating content and, you know, talking about storytelling and stuff. And I was always writing stuff and trying to make movies. And my goal for the longest time was like, I wanted to make movies, you know, I wanted to be like a film director, but it kind of like delved more into commentary and stuff. And like, am I upset that I think that I failed at making movies? Absolutely not, because I fucking made movies with my friends. You know what I mean? Like, I entered a movie into a film fest like 10 years ago. It was awesome. Like, just because I'm not like a super successful director right now doesn't mean that I'm not, you know, super stoked about how much I put myself into it and actually did it, you know, actually tried it. And YouTube is kind of like adjacent to that in some way. And then who knows, maybe at some point in the future, that will allow me the opportunity to make a film and make like a real adult, like legitimate film, not like a porno, you know. I make those in private, but that's another, it's, you know, Ryan OnlyFans coming soon. But maybe someday that will still happen. But maybe if I haven't gone to point A and failed, went to YouTube, and then tried to do this, you know, maybe I would never get to that point. And I don't know if I will get to that point, but the point of my message, I guess, is that why not give it a shot? Why not try? Life is full of hardship and pain and suffering and failure. And you can either fail the way they want you to, the way the system wants you to, or you can put your all into something and fail anyways. But which one is better, you know? And you might not actually fail. You might succeed. And you might get farther than you ever thought possible, just because you gave it a shot. But I guess that's the thing, is like, you gotta be okay with the idea that there's no safety net. That you might struggle for a long time. But I think that on your deathbed, again, going back to this, I'll wrap up the video with this, is that if you know on your deathbed that you did every possible thing that you could every single day to try to achieve the things that you want, even if you didn't, that's a much better life spent than a life under somebody else's wing, doing what you're told and never even trying. So that's my opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Where are you on your journey? What are you trying to achieve? What steps are you trying to take? And yeah, I wish the best for all of you guys. I really do. Let me know your stories down below. We'll chat, we'll talk about it. And thanks for watching this video, guys. Hopefully you got something out of it. Love to you guys. Thank you. I'll talk to you next time.